Jose Quintana, meet the Dodgers. Cat, meet Mouse. It's the game within the game. No starting pitcher in baseball throws more pitches outside the strike zone than Quintana, but he's a master at making them look like strikes. In the postseason, he has thrown 47 changeups, 43 of them outside of the zone. Now tonight, he faces a team that chases the least in the league. The Dodgers have drawn 22 walks in this series and hit .323 when they're ahead of the count. That game tonight will be decided on the margins.
Ohtani climbs in, fresh off his monster home run late yesterday. There's a shot, right center field, and Ohtani lights the fire. A leadoff home run. Dodgers 1, Mets nothing in Game 4.
Well, you know, with this Dodger lineup, and Quintana knows it, you can't nibble, you can't get a chase, so you have to go right at him. And when you go right at Shohei Ohtani with a 91-mile-an-hour sinker, you hope and pray it's not right down the middle. Well, this one was right down the middle.
Yeah, the first home run allowed by Jose Quintana since August 20th.
Both the Mets and Yankees wanted Yoshinobu Yamamoto, but the pitcher grew up a Dodgers fan, and he spent part of last offseason training in idyllic conditions at UCLA. Yankees GM Brian Cashman thought, we can't compete with this weather. The Mets' David Stern said Yamamoto was in LA at the exact right time. It was a bit of a home field advantage. Well, tonight it's the Mets who have the home field advantage, but they'll have their hands full against the pitcher who spurned them when the Dodgers matched their $325 million offer.
Grounded past Yamamoto. Won't be an easy play for Tommy Edman, who makes it.
So you got more of a swing and miss pitcher on Yamamoto, and I would think that the controlled aggression by the Mets lineup, meaning don't be passive, try to get a fastball you can hit. I anticipate more of that tonight out of the Mets offense.
And a fastball turned around, right center field, tie game.
Pumping his fist between first and second is Mark Vientos. He gets the Ohtani home run right back. Two batters into the bottom of the first inning. It's Ohtani 1, Vientos 1.
Wind is blowing out. They're picking out fastballs early to swing at, and they're going to be aggressive, in my mind, to be successful. A bomb to right center, similar to the home run he hit in LA.
I mean, that's like left-handed pull hitter power. Starling Marte to lead off this second for the Mets. This is a first in this series. All 3 games so far, the team that's won the game has started with a 6-0 lead at least. And a good splitter right there. 92, and it looks like a fastball until the last second. Bases empty, 1 away. JD Martinez.
Well, I got to give you this. They're making great pitches on JD. And he's swinging off the plates because they're making enough pitches like that slider that catches the plate that gets him to go further off the plate on this pitch.
Got him on 3 pitches. Carved him up right there.
At some point, JD's going to have to just see, spin, and take. It's easier said than done. And what you try to do to put pressure on the pitcher is you say, I'm going to take until you throw 2 of those for strikes. And if you do, then you're in a tough position. But they're making great pitches on a hitter that has a hole down in the back.
There's a base hit to left field for Iglesias on a 2-strike pitch. So Iglesias with the base hit in all 4 games in this championship series. Inning continues. Harrison Bader comes out. He's down swinging, and Yamamoto's already got 5 Ks. After 2 innings, locked it a run.
So first time through the order for Quintana, made the one mistake. It was a bad mistake to Shohei Ohtani. That was it. 1-1 game, top 3. Here is Ohtani, round 2.
A 4-pitch walk. Ohtani's been on both times, and that is his 5th walk in this series.
Go back to April when the Mets took 2 out of 3 from LA. There were times they would just simply work around Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman and force the other part of the lineup to beat them, and it worked out for a little while, but you can only do that for so much. So a second walk for Quintana, and here's Mookie Betts in a tie game.
Sharp ground ball, base hit, Mookie Betts. And the Dodgers have him at first and second. So now, John, it's Teoscar Hernandez, who is the Dodgers' best hitter in the division series, but is 0 for 12 in this championship series. And Dave Roberts thought that last night's at-bats, some of his worst that he's seen all year. Got him swinging. It was the change, and it's a strikeout.
Well, that was the best changeup he's thrown all night. That had great depth to it, and it was in the strike zone but faded out.
The credit to the Met pitcher. He got the out he needed. So 2 on, 2 out. It'll be up to Tommy Edman.
Curve lofted to left center field. It is down, and Tommy Edman comes through again. A go-ahead double. double. Dodgers take the lead 2-1. And one of the unsung heroes strikes again.
A 2-out hit. And those are backbreakers in the postseason. Just finds the middle of the two outfielders.
Tommy Edman now 6 hits in this series to lead the club. Second and third, 2 away. Kike Hernandez. Curve, grounded left side, and Kike Hernandez has delivered for the Dodgers once again. It's an RBI single to make it 3-1. And it's those guys, Edman and Hernandez, knocking in 2 here in the third.
So here are the Mets doing what they've done all postseason, losing the lead. Dodgers are up 3-1. The bases are loaded for Brandon Nimmo.
Well, you know he's desperately trying to get the ball to the outfield, whether it's in the air or in the grass, because hitting a ball on the ground, he's going to give it everything he has, but he's hobbled.
It is a splitter, grounded to second. There's one over first, a double play. They get the ground ball from the hobbled Nimmo.
Yamamoto gets the double play ball, 4-6-3, but Carlos Mendoza has put his hands to his ears. The Mets want to challenge this. Now, if Nimmo is safe, the runner from third, Alvarez, would score. The Mets would make it 3-2. If not, the inning is over and it's 3-1.
After review on the call at second is confirmed the runner is out. The runner at first is overturned to safe. You all can retain your challenge.
Everybody says no, and then yes, and it's 3-2.
So Yamamoto has to reset for Starling Marte. Yamamoto will have to try and wiggle out of it.
That's hit sharply to short. Edman across his body to second to keep the lead.
Oh boy, it's 3-2 LA. Game 4 going to the 4th inning. So here's Chris Taylor, who's 0 for 1.
Sharply to third and picked by Vientos. Long throw, not in time, and an infield hit for Taylor. Made a great play, but then took his time getting rid of the ball.
Yeah,
and the Dodgers have a man on for Ohtani.
Don't know if he can get the ball out of his glove right away. Watch this short hop, and then it took him a little bit. See, to get the grip. Ball popped out of his hand, and he just couldn't go to the transfer right away. Watch this ball just slip up, and then by this time, Taylor, tremendous hustle, beats it out.
That's a guy smelling it and just hungry for anything, any kind of good feeling there in Chris Taylor's first hit of the postseason.
There's the changeup.
And it's ball 4. Ohtani's reached all 3 times against him. That is going to do it. So Jose Quintana goes 3 1/3. Guy that has been statistically the best pitcher in the National League the last 2 months. Dodgers forced him to throw 83 pitches in 3 1/3 innings right here. 3 runs have scored, which doubles his total from the last 2 months. And the Mets bullpen goes to work early as Jose Butto checks in.
That's some tough cookies he's going to have to get out, but they're right-handed, so.
First one that he faces, Mookie Betts. Pitch. Betts with a bullet down the left field line. That's going to scoot by Nimmo. Taylor's in to score. Ohtani's headed for home. Lindor won't even try a throw. 2-run double, Mookie Betts. Magic loves it. Dodgers have taken a 5-2 lead.
Nimmo doing his best to try to cut this ball off, but you just know he just can't. And once it gets by him, that's the speed. It's like a thoroughbred running when Ohtani's just kind of, it looks like he's going in slow motion, but he is flying.
Mookie Betts, his second hit of the ball game, doubling his total for this series. 5-2, Dodgers in front to the bottom of the 5th inning. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, 7 strikeouts, just 1 walk. 9-1-2 coming up for the Mets. Ooh, look out, and it hit him. Leadoff man is on. Alvarez in pain. Hopefully that's just a Charlie horse there.
And Alvarez is on at first, nobody out, and now Yamamoto starts his 3rd time through the order, facing Lindor, who's 1 for 2.
Comes back to strike him out with the fastball. 8 of them for Yamamoto. And it looks like that's going to be the last hitter that he faces. Dave Roberts makes the walk and takes it from Yamamoto with 1 gone in this 5th inning. He'll be aggressive with his bullpen. Evan Phillips is coming in as Mark Vientos comes up. Alvarez the first one away. Phillips comes home with a 2-2 and a fastball gets him. Vientos like a house by the side of the road there. It takes strike 3.
Tremendous fastball after seeing so much spin. Froze him.
Ground ball to short for Tommy Edman. Evan Phillips continues to just mow hitters down. 15 up and 15 down in this postseason. He's got his 3rd walk of the ball game and a perfect day going for Ohtani. The home run and now 3 free passes. Maton's on for Mookie Betts. Knocked in a pair with a double his last time. Mookie Betts sends a high fly ball to deep left field. Nimmo's going back at the wall. It's gone. Mookie Betts goes deep. The Dodgers have broken it open. And a day after the unsung heroes chip in, it's the superstars at the top of the order. Ohtani and Betts both going deep, reaching in 7 of their 8 times up.
So here is the Mets' invitation to get right back into this thing. Bases loaded, nobody out. Jose Iglesias due up for the Mets.
1-2. He got him with a fastball. Iglesias down on strikes, 1 gone in the 6th. They've announced Jeff McNeil as the pinch hitter. Crowd saw him walking up there, started to get excited. Anthony Blonda's ready to go. Will Smith visiting, maybe buying time for a couple more warm-up tosses. Let's see if Dave Roberts goes for the lefty-lefty counter here. Evan Phillips has had times this year where he has really struggled against left-handed hitters, but he's going to get a shot to face McNeil here. Flies it to right center field. Betts comes on along with Pages. Pages makes the grab. Nimmo holds. The throw to the plate is a good one. Well, with Nimmo's lack of speed right now with the foot and with Pages' arm, nobody comes across there. 2 gone in the 6th. Jesse Winker's sent into the on-deck circle. He's going to pinch hit, it looks like, for Alvarez. And now Dave Roberts will make the change.
It's going to take a 2-out hit to keep this going against a tough, nasty Blake Treinen.
Winker pulls one in the air to right field. Betts is going back. He's got room.
Blake Treinen comes on with the bases loaded and 2 out and gets Jesse Winker to fly out to Mookie on the warning track. The Mets with the bases loaded, no outs. They get no runs.
Another walk.
It ties it, doesn't it? Ties the record.
30 of them. Ties that record. 30 walks over the first 4 games of a series. And it's the first time in postseason history that a team has issued 8 walks in 4 consecutive games. And it does with a scorcher into the corner from Tommy Edman. Betts can jog home. Kiermaier's right on his heels. Edman's got his 2nd RBI double of the night. And the Dodgers with a 9 spot.
Still 1st and 3rd. Now Will Smith at the plate.
Smith goes up the middle. Base hit center field. Double digits for the Dodgers in game 4. It's 10-2.
You know, again, this is not a game in June or July. This is the National League Championship Series. The Dodgers are a team that do not care what the score is. They will not stop. They will not stop until you get them out. Now, game 1 was game 1. Okay, Mets didn't play very well, but last night and today, boy, Dodgers are playing really good baseball.
The Mets are down to their last out here. And he pops it up. Right side. Muncy and Henriquez. Muncy makes the grab, and Dodgers dominate game 4. They're a win away from a pennant after a 10-2 win here in game 4.
You didn't play this season until August 19th. You were coming off the wrist surgery. You had a sprained ankle. And now you're having an amazing NLCS. What has been the difference? Has it been just better health, timing? How would you describe it?
Yeah, I mean, I think just kind of getting into midseason form. Kind of like you said, I didn't start till August, so I had that kind of spring training phase, and now I've been hitting my stride the past couple weeks, and it's been good. Our team's been gelling as a whole. We've been playing really well, and it's just been exciting baseball.
You were part of some pretty good offenses in St. Louis. This offense is doing historic things in this series. What is it about this group that is so different, so special?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. We got so much talent, but not only that, we got a bunch of guys who work hard, great resilience. We've had a few lulls, like relative lulls by our standards, throughout the second half of the year, but, they don't last very long, and we just come back fighting, regardless of how we're feeling.
Now, you're 1 win away from going to the World Series. What is your level of excitement now that you're this close to what every kid dreams of growing up?
Yeah, 1 win away. Last time I was in NLCS was 5 years ago, so just been trying to get back to this point and hopefully have my first chance to play in a World Series pretty soon.
Last thing, Tommy, you're pitching. It's been dominant in this series. You didn't get a shutout tonight, first time in a couple days, but what do you think? What has been the difference with the pitching? What makes them so good?
Yeah, they've been lights out. I mean, Yoshi was great today, bullpen great as always, and they just got that bulldog mentality. They know they're better than the hitter and just going to go out and attack them. And this whole playoffs, they've just been unbelievable. It's been fun to play behind for sure.
Tommy, congratulations. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Now over to Tom Verducci.
Well, thanks, Ken. Max Muncy, they've been playing postseason baseball for more than a century. You are the first one in one postseason to get on base 12 consecutive times. What does that accomplishment mean to you?
I wasn't even aware of that. That's pretty cool. You know, the biggest thing to me is that means getting on base for my teammates, giving them a chance to drive me in, and you know, just creating traffic out there for the opposing team. And you know, that to me, that's the biggest thing that means.
Max, 4 games, 30 runs, 31 walks for this Dodger offense. Those are the numbers. How would you describe the way the Dodgers are playing offensive baseball?
We're playing our game right now. We're playing Dodger baseball. It's something that we do extremely well during the regular season, and we're staying within ourselves. We're not trying to do too much at the plate. We're not trying to chase things around. We're staying within the zone, and you know, it's getting good results for us.
When you come to the ballpark tomorrow, you'll be playing a game to go to the World Series. I know you've been there before. What does this opportunity mean for you?
You know, for us tomorrow, it's a 0-0 series. We got to go out there and take care of business. You know, we're not thinking about you know, one more game. We're thinking about tomorrow's a 0-0 series. We got to go out there, prepare the right way, you know, game plan the right way, get our approach going, and you know, just take care of business and play Dodger baseball.
Welcome to the post-game show. Here with the guys, Derek Jeter, David Ortiz, Alex Rodriguez, and this Dodger team just clobbering the Mets again. I mean, 3 8-run victories, so impressive. And Alex, I mean, there's so many ways you can go here, but their approach has been so evident, right? I mean, they're taking 1 million walks. They've got the most walks in the first 4 games of a series ever. They're hitting home run. They're doing it all offensively.
Look, I mean, I've called them an offensive bully. Here comes the man of the hour.
Forget that. Forget that.
Mondo!
Mookie's coming over to join us. Mookie Betts, what a night for him.
Baby?
As he will come and join the set once again.
Fire, fire.
Move this over. We're getting them all situated here. What's up, Mook? How you doing, man? Congrats. Good to see you again. As we'll get Mookie all seated and get him ready to go on a rousing Dodger victory, 10-2 tonight. Mookie's a frequent guest on the program, frequent friend of the program. You know, Mookie, you look very relaxed, and your guy's got like 17 layers on right now. What's happening?
That's a Dominican thing, boy.
I guess, yeah. You done been out of Boston too long, so
You
I guess
already
you don't know.
Getting old, man.
Hey, Mookie, first of all, congrats on the win. Good to see you again. We just started talking about, obviously, a great performance, but just, it's not anything new, but maybe to a lot of the audience tuning into the playoffs for the first time, your overall approach as a team has been so good. I mean, getting on base, walking, home runs, everything. What's been the biggest key for you just team-wide this season, this series, excuse me?
I think really in general, we have a good plan. Our scouts, coaches, they do a really good job in preparing us, giving us really good information. And as a team, we trust each other, we trust them, and we just, whether the plan's wrong or right, we stick to it no matter what. And, you know, it's been working so far.
Okay, it's been crazy. First of all, congrats on another amazing night. You guys are incredible to watch. You're the most. I've talked about it all October. The combination of power and discipline, 31 walks in 4 games is unreal. And for you personally, a little bit of the whispers early on with the struggles. You talked to my man Poppy. Tonight, another big night, 4 for 6 with a bomb, ribbies, everything. How good does that feel for you?
It feels great. It feels great to know I can do it. At this time, you know, during the season, you play so many games, and you have some games like this, but you know, when it's crunch time, it's good to come through for the boys, man, because they come through for me so much, and pitching's been amazing. I mean, so just to have a good game and get a dub, that's always huge.
Congratulations on the big win, homie. What is about this Dodgers team that you guys have an MVP out of the lineup in October, and you guys, look at what you guys did tonight without Freddie. How deep is this team when it comes down to batters?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even think about that. You know, we got a really good club, man. The front office puts a really good product on the field every day. Like I said, we trust each other, and you know, this is the second game we won without Freddie, so maybe Freddie need to not play anymore.
Bench him!
Preach!
Oh, man.
We had talked about before the game, right? You come into this series, and you're up now 3-1. And really, you're getting contributions from 1 through 9. Everyone in the lineup reached base safely today. And we said the top 3, the 3 MVPs, really haven't had to carry the load. Until tonight, you guys did it. So that's a testament to how deep you are. But the question I have for you, your last at bat where you're trying to hit a triple, man, tell the truth.
You know what?
Tell the truth.
I thought about it, and I was like, you know what, Mook? you got 4 today. I don't know how you got 4 today. You need to just keep doing the same thing. And it didn't work, so I shouldn't even thought about it. I jinxed myself, man. Golly, but it is what it is. I mean, we had a good game, so I'm just happy.
Hey, Mook, it feels like months ago, but just about a week or so ago, you guys were down 2-1 to San Diego, on the verge of going home with one more loss. What was the thing that flipped the switch? Because you guys are looking like, potential champions really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I really think just believing in each other and showing up and not really changing. Even when we were down 2 games to 1 there, that day was a normal day. Nobody was pressing. Nobody was trying to do more. We were laughing during BP. We were laughing in the cage. We were still going about our business, of course, but we were still like loose and chill about it. We know what the task at hand we had, and since then, it's really been kind of the same thing, just loose, enjoying it, and understanding that when the game starts, we know what we need to do. But it's hard to, really like stay emotional all day, So we kind of just have fun during BP and we save all the emotions for the game.
Hey, little homie, I got a question for you. Tomorrow, how you guys gonna beat the Mets? Because I really need some day off, bro.
I don't know, man. We know that they're gonna come back. Ready to go. Lindor's probably going to have a nice speech and get them boys ready to go. But we will too. We'll be ready to come throw some haymakers tomorrow.
By the way,
Poppy, do your speech.
Poppy, by the way, Mookie told Chuck that he'll come on as long as you don't give him another one of those T-shirts.
I know. He made me run out of it. He's here every night. My dog.
Mookie Betts, a huge night for him and the Dodgers. Don't worry, we'll get you another T-shirt on the DL. We'll slide it in. It's okay.
Here, give it to Uncle.
Mookie, congrats again, man. We'll see you. All right, appreciate you. Another big win. Great performance tonight.
I feel like, man, you guys got nice jackets up here, man.
It's cool out here, man. Look at Bobby.
Oh, what a night for Mookie. Good to see you. As always, there you go. And really, it got going early, and we talk about him. Let's talk about his performance tonight. Derek, I go back to this in the San Diego series as the Mookie chants here at Citi Field. San Diego series, I remember we were talking, and we said, hey, what's going on with Mookie? What do you see? And you say, well, I went and watched the tape, and there's not a stinking thing different or wrong with him.
9 hours of tape. 9 hours of tape.
9 hours of tape. So
Yeah.
I guess you were right, because he has been on a tear since then.
A lot of times, I said it before, the gift and the curse of the postseason. If you get hits, everyone talks about how hot you are. If you go through a bad couple games, they will start talking about how cold you are and how you're not producing. And sometimes you can talk yourself into a slump. The results aren't there, and then you start to try to change things. I give Mookie credit. He didn't change anything. He went out, he started to relax, he got a hit, and then he's been rolling ever since.
This guy's a student of the game. And I told him straight up, you need to go out there and have fun. When you have that smile on your face, when you are going the way you like to go, it's when even the fans feel you. You know what I'm saying? Mookie is that type of player. This guy it doesn't matter if he's struggling or he's going good. You can see that he always like to put that pressure on the opposition. And that's why I'm not surprised the way he's going right now, because that's him. That's the player that we know.
Poppy and G, one thing that, KB, that we don't talk about enough is October baseball is fun, but it's also hard. And you've seen a lot of meltdowns. By the way, I've been part of someone that's been meltdown in October. But one thing that we don't talk about is experience, and experience matters. He makes it sound easy, Kevin, about being down 2-1 on the verge of going home. Nothing changes. Well, nothing changes because he played with Poppy in Boston. He has experience. He's won a championship. Experience matters this time of year.
Great point.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, obviously, you think about that 1-2 punch and Shohei and Mookie. Ohtani scored 4 runs. Right? You think about what they did. How about this? I mean, 5 for 9, couple home runs. Ohtani led off the game for them with a home run, kind of set the tone. 5 RBI, 7 runs scored by the top 2 in that order. And for the Mets, it was really the complete opposite. But they are, something happened, after that Tatis grand slam in San Diego, Game 3. They put up 6 runs, 6-5. You're like, oh, man, Padres win that game 6-5. They hang on. And then ever since, the Dodgers have just been a runaway freight train. It's like they woke them up somehow, and they've been unstoppable since.
Again, it's upsetting to me, Kevin, how every time the Dodgers are on the verge of losing, Dave Roberts' name comes up about maybe getting fired or whatnot. Let's give Dave Roberts a lot of credit, because you need a captain of the ship when things are going a little bit crazy to say, hey, fellas, you know what? One game at a time. Let's keep it loose. Mookie's loose because the captain of the ship is loose, and that name is Dave Roberts.
Yeah, and the Dodgers weren't flustered by that. They're down 2-1, but the thing with the Los Angeles Dodgers, they're not happy being in National League Championship Series. They expect to win a World Series. So when they were down 2, it's just like, hey, it's another game. We need to win tonight. We'll get them tomorrow. Poppy's old phrase, I don't even know what tomorrow is. Tomorrow is not today. Is tomorrow. But the point is, they've been here before. Yes, they haven't had the success, but they've been here before, and they're hungry. You can tell when they celebrated after they beat San Diego, everyone was saying in the clubhouse how everyone doubted them, right? Everyone counted them out. Well, they took it personal, and it's showing now.
For people watching at home, I'm going to show you what the unicorn is all about. Let's play that video from Ohtani right here. This is the reason why this guy is a unicorn. Let me tell you, when batters are in a slump, you get a little concerned about your swing. You want to see pitches. You want to take pitches. You want to wait for the perfect pitch to swing the bat. This guy, when he's in a slump, he don't care. He go out there and swing, Kevin. He's not thinking about, okay, let me see a pitch, let me see a strike. I'm going to get out of my slump my way. And that's why this guy is a unicorn, the only one on his way.
You know, Poppy, I was talking to some of my scouts, Jeter, maybe some of the ones you were talking about. And in January, they come out to Dodger Stadium, a group of the guys that live in LA. And because he wasn't pitching, he spent an extra 3 weeks just working on his legs, on his bottom half. And he wanted to recover his elbow. But as a result, obviously, he said, I'm a much better hitter today because I don't have to worry about pitching. And he's shown that, I mean, he really is. He might be underrated, fellas.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, and he's fun to watch. I mean, it's like all eyes are on Shohei Ohtani when he's on the field. He reminds me of when I came up watching Ken Griffey Jr. You take the field, and even if you're competing against him, you stop and you watch him. And Ohtani's the same way. I mean, and he's not pitching. People forget. The guy's one of the best pitchers in baseball as well, and you're not seeing that side of him, but he's focused on offense, and he's trying to do damage. To your point, David, he's not trying to get a hit the other way. He's finding his pitch, and he's trying to do damage, and when he's in the zone like he is now, it's immediate runs for the Dodgers.
You know what's interesting is you see his emotions, and you've seen it throughout October. We saw this kid for many, many years with Anaheim. I never saw that once. So it tells you he loves the experience, and he's good at it. But the home run, Kevin, what's interesting about that is the ramifications of that. He sets the tone. Then the next 3 at-bats, he walks. The Dodgers drew 9 walks today. The challenge with that is instead of facing these guys 3 or 4 times, you end up facing them. You flip the lineup over. You end up facing them 5 and 6 times. Like Mookie Betts had 6 at-bats. Ohtani had 6 at-bats. That's bad news.
But you never saw him because he was never in the postseason.
He wasn't winning.
You have to be in this position for someone to see you.
I tell you what, you're talking about the comp to Ken Griffey Jr. in that Mookie Betts 2-run double in the 4th inning. He was rounding third and scoring. He looked like he was jogging, but he was flying.
Yeah,
like absolutely flying. It's just so effortless to watch him play baseball. But they weren't the only 2 for the Dodgers tonight. Max Muncy set a new playoff record. Talk about reaching base, consecutive plate appearances, 12. Look at what he did here. I mean, that's just awesome for Muncy. Finally struck out late in the game to end that. But he's been great. I mean, and again, another one kind of in that Dodger way, Alex, where doesn't care if it's a walk or a home run. He's more than happy just to get on base any way he can. That's impressive. 12 in a row for him.
You know what's impressive? He hasn't smiled once. He's all business. He's all business, and I love it.
Jason Giambi prototype.
And the thing is, he's not happy until the title is won. He walks. He takes pitches. Again, he's not trying to be your best friend. He's just trying to kick you-know-what every single night, and he's doing it.
About time. And let me tell you guys, sometimes people don't realize the importance of players getting on base continuously.
Oof.
I mean, you put pressure on the pitchers. You give some freedom to the batters because the concentration when you are pitching with somebody on base is different than when you are pitching with nobody on base. So that helps that ball club so much, especially a ball club that is not out there chasing bad pitches, D.
Yeah, and it rubs off on the rest of the lineup. The Dodgers lineup wants to get on base. When you're in the postseason and you have a pitcher in trouble and there's traffic inning after inning, it becomes draining. It becomes mentally draining. That's when pitchers make mistakes. And Max Muncy sets the tone for this Dodgers team because his job is to get on base. Doesn't make a difference if he gets a hit, if he draws a walk. And he's been doing an unbelievable job.
Hey, Poppy, you had a guy in Dustin Pedroia. You had Johnny Damon. You had Bill Miller. They made you and Manny better. I was fortunate enough to have the captain in Johnny Damon that made Teixeira, myself, and the MVP of the 09 World Series, Matsui. It wasn't because of us. It was because of them getting on base. The power of watching pitches, the discipline. You've talked about it all October. Hitting's contagious. So is a disciplined hitter. And this is a disciplined team that's hungry and focused.
You got to give them credit because that's a really good lineup, and they can do a lot of different things. You know, this is a team that controls the strike zone as well as anybody in the league. And not only they do that, but when they force you in the zone, they can do some damage. And they've done that. They did it again today. They control the strike zone. They forced Quintana to come in the strike zone, and when he did, they made him pay. Our starters are one of the reasons we're here, and we haven't got length out of them. They got them, and here we are now.
You know what's great? When it's cold out to begin with and you're getting water from hosing down the infield on you. It's really, it's just fantastic.
They don't need that feeling till tomorrow night, Kevin.
I mean, I just didn't really need that at this juncture in time. You know what I mean? All right, so Carlos Mendoza talking about exactly the Dodgers. You guys talked about it, right? You talked about the approach and how it's going to be difficult for Quintana because he's going to want them, he's going to nibble, he's going to want them to chase, and they don't chase. So we learned that David Peterson, the lefty, will start for the Mets tomorrow against Jack Flaherty, their ace. But how's it going to be any different for the Mets, Derek? How are they going to change that tomorrow in a do-or-die Game 5 for them?
Score runs and score a lot of them and score early. We keep talking about it's not necessarily on the Mets pitching staff. The Mets need to come out and score and give their pitchers some breathing room because you can't go out there on the mound thinking that you can't make a mistake. If you go out there, you're pitching defensively. Now, this team the Dodgers did exactly what we talked about prior to the game. They do not chase out of the zone. They force the Mets to throw strikes. When they throw strikes, they do damage. But tomorrow, the mindset has to be if you're the New York Mets, you must come out here and score early.
That's got tanked up right there. But you say it all. You know, 9 runs in 4 games, 33 less on base, 4 for 27 with runner score position. I mean, come on, man. How you gonna make it happen? I mean, you have to give some support to your pitchers. You have to make them feel comfortable. And if you don't score wrong, it's not gonna happen.
You know, if you're the Mets, you got to look for anything positive in tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to come very quickly. And they hit a home run early, so they got on the board, right, with a Vientos home run to right center. But here's the deal. They left 12 men on base. They had opportunities. To beat the Dodgers, you can't walk 9 hitters and you can't leave 12 men on base. You need an early inning, like, breakthrough. And they had bases loaded a couple times, and they couldn't come through. And here come the Dodgers.
Yeah, exactly. Well, today it's already tomorrow. How about that? It's already Friday. So that game.
Today's tomorrow?
Yeah, today is
you
tomorrow.
Sound like me.
If you have no belief, you shouldn't be here. You know, you got to believe. You got to fight for what we want. You know, for what you want, you got to fight for it. And at the end of the day, it comes down to one day at a time and executing. You know, we have an amazing opportunity, and that's a winning a big league game in National League Championship Series. So we got to come out, we got to execute, and we got to play the game better than they do.
Well, he's not wrong, but how do they do that, Alex? What do you think?
Well, listen, if you're the Mets, fellas, you said it best. You have no choice. You got to win one game at a time. You would always say that when we played. But if you're the Mets, you got to look at it like this and be optimistic. You win tomorrow, and Peterson, tomorrow, right? You win tomorrow. Game 6, you can almost guarantee yourself a Game 7 because you have your best pitcher, Minaya, going against bullpen, and then anything can happen Game 7, but it starts tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Can't win 3 games in one day. There's one game you can play, and you have to be better than them. But it's simple. You have to score early. You have to score a lot because if you fall behind, you can forget about it. Your season is going to be over. This Dodgers team is very confident. They're very balanced. They're hitting on all cylinders, and they're pitching well. You must score early.
Look, guys, sometimes when you are against the wall, you discover your best weapon. And the Mets are about to find out tomorrow because they got no way to run. So they got to bring everything they got tomorrow, Kevin. They had to bring everything they got so they can go game by game if the Dodgers stop what they got going on as of right now.